If you have ever seen the LEGO Movie 2, the second part, then you probably noticed the Velociraptors present in the film. Now this is obviously just a fun reference to the fact that the movie's star, Chris Pratt, is also in the Jurassic World movies. Being the LEGO Movie, it would be natural to assume that these funny dinosaurs appeared in the accompanying sets for the film, and you'd be correct. But did you know that there was one very cool raptor design that would never make it to physical form, which is made all the more interesting by the fact that there does exist a tangible version. You just can't buy it anywhere or even find many photos of it. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the secret third Velociraptor featured in the LEGO Movie 2, and we'll be going through some interesting stuff today, like concept art, LEGO sets, and prototype models, so stick around until the end. Production on a second LEGO Movie began approximately 2 days after the release of the first film in February 2014. It went through various changes and rewrites with an initial release date of May 2017, before being pushed back to May 2018 and then February 2019, due in part to the release of both the LEGO Batman movie and the LEGO Ninjago movie in January and September of 2017 respectively. As with the previous LEGO movies, LEGO released several waves of sets, with each getting decreasingly large. Most of the first wave focused on the Apocalypseburg-based sets, even though that location is only in maybe a quarter of the entire movie. Even so, these are some of the best sets from the franchise. Emmett's Thricycle is an incredible and ridiculous set, and Ultra Caddy is also a big highlight. There are also a decent amount of space sets as well, like the Amazing Sister Starship and the Pop-Up Party Bus. The obvious best set of this theme though is Apocalypseburg, which is the token huge set from every LEGO movie, like Metalbeard Sea Cow, Joker Manor, and Ninjago City from the previous three. But the sets we need to focus on today are three in particular: Rex's Rextreme Off-Roader, Rex's Rexplorer, and the Rexcelsior, which the particularly sharp viewers out there may have noticed are all play on words of Rex's name. And I imagine the Rexcelsior is a reference to the catchphrase of the late Stan Lee, who passed away just under 2 months before this film released. Apart from fun puns, one thing all these sets had in common were the inclusion of Velociraptors. The modern style of LEGO Velociraptor was first introduced in the LEGO original theme, Dino, in 2012. This style was then adopted into the LEGO Jurassic World theme in 2015, and has since solidified itself as a staple of LEGO Dinosaur sets. And when the LEGO Movie 2 came out in 2019, this design was in full swing, so it made sense to just take it and recolor it for this theme. In the movie, I believe that Rex canonically has hundreds of raptors working for him due to their love of tennis. Most of them feature a base color of dark blue with either green or blue stripes, and you could get two different variants in the LEGO sets. The Rextreme Off-Roader included one raptor with a dark blue body, a regular blue jaw, and a blue lightning bolt over the eye, and the Rexplorer included another one of this raptor, as well as a version with a green lightning bolt over the eye. Unfortunately, the body and jaw are the same, but hey, it's some variation at least, though I definitely would have liked it if the one with the green lightning bolt had green stripes instead of blue on the body. You could also get a baby blue raptor alongside Rex in the movie's accompanying minifigure series. This baby raptor also appeared in the LEGO Movie Maker set piloting a Rex-wing, as well as the microscale Rexcelsior, twice actually. But the Rexcelsior also features another kind of raptor that was notably absent from the regular sets, that being the pearl dark grey raptor with green stripes, the subject of today's video. It's hard to see the dino's colours in the movie because most of the scenes involving the raptors are in very dim lighting, but inside the scene where the raptors are partying, you can very clearly see that the one on the left differs from the two on the right, and again, the microscale versions give us a good sense of what it looks like. It's disappointing that there is no full-scale version of this raptor, and this in itself is interesting but unsurprising. There are plenty of things from the LEGO movies that never got made into physical form, but what's really interesting about this one is the fact that there does exist a tangible, real version of it, but it's so obscure that there are only a handful of photos of it, so let me explain. Back in March of 2019, the LEGO house in Billund, Denmark, put on a showcase of some development models for the second LEGO movie. All the images I could find were from a Brickset article by user HUW. It's a great article that I highly recommend checking out, so I'll leave a link in the description. It was here that we got a good look at a bunch of prototype builds for both the sets and the film, with plenty of amazing could-have-beens. One of the most notable things is this gigantic Mad Max style thing called Batman's Battle Vehicle, which incorporates the 1960s Batmobile into this absolutely incredible monstrosity. This was sadly cut from the film and subsequently never made it into LEGO form. And even if it somehow did get a set, I imagine it would have to be significantly downsized, because there is just no way they'd release this as well as Apocalypseburg. You can also see a slightly larger version of the Sparkle Spar, a prototype of the alien planet's plant life, and some early versions of the new and updated Space Mask that was introduced in the Benny Space Squad set. We also get a look at, for the first time, a physical model of the Unikitty house, originally introduced in the Unikitty TV show. Anyone else remember that? I'm actually kind of bummed we never got a set of that, even though it was only in the movie for a second or so. There's some live action props of the Harmony Town houses, as well as the giant wedding cake with staircase seen at the climax of the movie, and some various designs for the Royal Palace Guard. I find these early prototypes of the pop-up party bus very interesting as well, and it's kind of crazy just how smooth and perfect it ended up being. The same applies to the sister starship, which looks very funny at different points throughout its life. There are also a few different builds for Rexified versions of Metalbeard and Unikitty, but one of my favourite exhibits has to be Chainsaw Dave's battle vehicle, which looks absolutely awesome. It's a shame we see so many of these incredible Mad Max vehicles in the movie and then only have a handful represented in the sets, but it's honestly not realistic that LEGO would have made them all, especially since they're really only in one scene. I also would have absolutely loved to get the Raptor attack ships, aka Rex-Wing fighters, and I definitely would have preferred that over the Rextreme off-roader. The idea of dinosaurs piloting vehicles is so ridiculous, but it's such a LEGO movie thing to do, and I wish they had kind of expanded upon this concept. But with all of that out of the way, I'm brought to the final notable thing I want to discuss, the subject of this video. We have to go back to the cake display featured at the end of the movie, because standing on the display, surrounded by a bunch of banana prototypes and, at the time, soon-to-be minifigures, were 3 conspicuous dinosaurs holding maracas. 2 of those raptors are the familiar blue and green lightning bolt variants, but the one in the middle is something different. It is none other than the pearl dark grey raptor with green stripes, in the flesh itself, or in the plastic itself, I guess. This is, as far as I'm aware, the only real physical version of this dinosaur ever seen, apart from the microscale one, obviously. Now, this may not seem too notable. Sure, it exists, but these are just development models after all. There is no set of the giant cake, nor the Rex Wings, nor the Harmony Town houses, but something I want to point out is that almost every single other minifigure on this specific display appeared in a LEGO set, some of which weren't even revealed at the time, namely Metalbeard, Benny, and Unikitty. This display was open for viewing in March, and the set containing these 3 characters with these exact designs was not revealed until July of that year, and then released in August. So for a good 4 months, these designs were nothing other than prototype versions. The same doesn't really apply to any of the other characters, since they had all been released prior to this, or at the very least officially revealed in the case of Batman and Balthazar. And call me crazy, but I don't think this raptor was placed here on a whim. I believe that every figure on this specific display, apart from a few generic Harmony Town residents, was intended to be included in an official set. So that got me thinking about cancelled sets, which led me to nothing, unfortunately. The only cancelled LEGO Movie 2 set I could find a trace of was a supposed Unikitty polybag, and I can't see any obvious gaps in the set numbers, with the exception being the 5-number gap between 70842 Emmett's Triple Decker Couch Mech and 70847 Good Morning Sparkle Babies. Doing a quick search for those in-between numbers yielded me no results, except for a few LEGO Friends animals, and I imagine that the gap is only there due to how far apart the waves released. So as much as I'd like to believe that there were secret cancelled sets, possibly even a Rex-Wing fighter which contains this pearl dark grey raptor, I just don't think that's the case. I do, however, believe that LEGO did fully intend to release this in a set somewhere, but it was cut maybe due to budget constraints. Yeah, sure, we have the micro versions, but one singular piece is a lot easier to recolor and print than 4 or 5 pieces. But at the end of the day, this is all just speculation. Maybe I've been huffing too much ABS plastic. Maybe this dinosaur was never actually meant to release and is very literally just a development model for the movie. I really don't know, but it has been fun to speculate. So thank you for watching all the way until the end. I love diving into obscure LEGO topics like this, so let me know down in the comments what you think about the whole situation here, and whether or not you agree with my theories. That's been all for today, folks. Have a great day, and see you in the next video.